Okay guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we are doing our top 5 essential van life items and gadgets that we think are pretty damn important, especially to our amateur van lifestyle so far, and we wouldn't be here without them. So without further ado, here's our top 5 plus a bonus one at the end.
When we wake, hear the birds and see the sun.
Okay, number 1 on our list is the modest and very humble wheel ramp. And the reason why this appears in our top 5 of essential items is because it levels out the van. So you get 2 in a pack and they level out 2 of the wheels so the van becomes flat, which helps with sleeping as well. Honestly, it does affect you. It does affect your sleep if you're on a slant. But the most important reason is for the sink, the water in the sink. We do washing up, we do laundry sometimes, and we brush our teeth, and we have a wash in the same sink. And we do not want that water to sit. It needs to drain down straight away into the grey water tank. And without these, it just wouldn't be possible. Most wild camping spots that we've been on have required us to use these. So what you get into the practice of doing is Janine jumps out of the van, gets these out the back, and she knows exactly straight away what wheels for us to drive up on then, and it just makes everything so much better. So make sure these are accessible in your boot, and yeah, definitely 100% in the top 5. Okay, number 2 is this thing. I'll explain what this thing is in a second, but firstly, the reason why we're in a bit of a mess here is because we're just about to go to a festival and the alcohol is taking up quite a lot of the room. The reason this thing here, and this is number 2, is called the Smart Fruit Juicer Cup. Now, it's a fairly new purchase of ours, and we already believe it should be on the top 5. And what it is actually a smoothie maker. Now, for most people who are already doing van life and have a camper van, you'll know that in fact, almost all smoothie makers, food processors require more voltage than they've got a higher voltage than what you can get out of your standard solar panel and all the rest of it. You would have to use your inverter, and with that comes a lot of complications sometimes as well. This is a genius invention. This is a USB smoothie maker, and Janine especially is on a massive health kick all the time, and we're about to go to a festival. We've had a whole day of partying, wakes up the next day, she can go and get a burger, or she could have a smoothie, and we've always got frozen fruit in the fridge. So this is why this is absolutely 100% essential, and it works really good as well. It takes 3 hours charge, and off that 3 hours charge, you get to make a smoothie, make smoothies or 2. This is a single serving thing, so Janine will just be walking around with this and drinking it and what have you, and it's really, really good. Keeping your health going whilst you're on the road is so important. These are on Amazon for around about 30 quid, I seem to remember, and they're really good. And you charge it, and then you don't need to keep it plugged in. It's just got a battery in it. So yeah, 100% for us on our van life journey to keep healthy, this smoothie maker. Okay, number 3 on the list is this thing. What is this thing? This is a portable leisure battery. Now, why is this in the top 5 of the list? Actually, it's quite simple, really. You get more power. You get more power for all your things. There's so many things in the van life world that you need that you can't just get from USB. The whole of our van is geared up with USB points all over it. And with the solar panel is cool with that. So we've got constant power for whenever we need it from the leisure battery to go to USBs. But Janine's laptop, my laptop, and various other things require the 3-pin 240, isn't it? 240 outlet, 220 to 240 outlet, AC outlet. We've got an inverter in our van. Our inverter is good and everything. It's got one of these on there, but it drains all of the power out the leisure battery so quickly. This thing is absolutely genius. It is so good. We've had this now and we've been using this for a month, and it's changed everything for us. Basically, Janine can plug her laptop into this, and it will not only will it be charging it, but she can work on the laptop whilst it's being charged. The inverter that we've got she can't go anywhere near the laptop. In fact, the best thing to do when it's plugged into the inverter is just to turn the laptop off and let it charge, because it's crazy. It just doesn't work well at all. So we try not to use the inverter much at all. This saves us going into bloody cafes, Weatherspoons, you know, wherever we can get plug sockets to charge up things. This does it for us, and it charges up Janine's laptop a few times over as well. It's absolutely genius. It's also got USB on there, cigarette lighters and various other things. It's got this really, really cool screen as well, this really, really high-tech sort of digital screen that shows how much of the battery's left. And yeah, gifted item, came just at the right time in our lives, and we would not be doing vlogging van life without it. It is an absolute game changer for us, and we really mean that. If I was going to put it on anywhere on this list with regards to how high it should appear on the list, this would be number 1, and I really, really mean that. Okay guys, number 4 on the list is this pan. It seems crazy to put a pan on the list, but we do so much cooking whilst doing van life. We don't want to be subject to eating tin food all the time. But this pan appears on the list because it makes van life so easy for cooking, and it's so simple. I'm not going to talk too much about it, and it's simply because it's also a colander as well. It's got these holes in. So when we're making pasta, when we're draining things, when we're doing vegetables, when we're doing whatever, it literally is a drain and it's done. So we don't need to have a colander on in the van. We've got too much stuff as it is, and this is absolutely brilliant. We cannot recommend this enough. So a pan with the added drainage holes in, on top 4 of the list. Okay guys, number 5. Where is number 5 of our top 5 essential items for van life? It is right here. Yes, you guessed it. It is kitchen roll. Okay, everything's essential, obviously, with van life. You know, we've got a kettle there. Kettles are essential. You know, bedding's essential. Cushions are essential. Water's essential. A toothbrush is essential. We could go through a whole list of essential things. But what we're trying to do is sort of bring you a list of things that you don't really think about. And this is on there. Now, we use kitchen roll in this van for absolutely everything. It is a lifesaver. It makes van life so much more easier. The reason being is we've got, you know, for cleaning, we spill stuff all the time. If you spill something in your camper van, it's got to be wiped up straight away, otherwise it gets everywhere. It's in the sink, for cleaning the sink when you don't want your cloth to get wrecked by the bits in the sink. You've got something stuck to your shoe, you've got something you've got to get off you quickly, you've got to, whatever it is, this really helps. We use so much kitchen roll that we try and be as eco-conscious anyway, but we buy the recycled stuff from the supermarket. It's not us, is it? Is that us?
No.
Anyway, somebody's breaking into our van and they're stealing our kitchen roll. Get them. Yeah, so kitchen roll, definitely on the top 5 list. And number 6, or the bonus one, is this grey little jug in a very strange sort of kidney shape is our travel urinal. We have one each, one for Janine and one for me, and this is simply a bottle that you pee in. It is absolutely, I know I said the battery is probably our favourite thing on the whole list, and the best thing we've got, the best gadget, but this is probably the most essential van life item that we actually have in the whole of the van. Without this, we wouldn't have been out, we can't do so much that we wanted to do because we don't have a toilet on board. So this means that we can, all you do is simply pee in the bottle, and next time you go to a public toilet, you just empty it in there. It is that simple. Something so simple makes van life so accessible and so easy for us, and we can't recommend it enough. So if you're thinking about doing van life, we hope that the whole of this list shows you some things that you might disagree, but we cannot live without those things, and that it makes your van life adventure or your plans a lot easier. And we're going to be heading off to a festival now in Newark. That'll be our next video, and we'll catch you then. Make sure you subscribe.
We know what we have, let's hold on tight. Found what we're looking for in life. Call us crazy, but things are finally right. the future is